All right, so one of the first things that you want to do when getting out of the military, and I know you've heard it a million times, so let's just get it out of the way, is getting your VA disability set up. Why is it that people are so aggressive or emphatic about you doing it before you get out? Because you can actually do everything at the medical in your base. And what happens a lot of times is when you get out, you have to deal with the VA, which isn't as efficient as you just going straight into medical, going into the clinic, getting everything and anything that you need to get reported so that it's already on file. Take some time to talk to some of the people that have maybe gotten out before you. Whoever your corporal was back in the day or whoever your sergeant was back in the day, you trust them and you want to ask them, what are some things that I need to report that maybe I'm not taking into account in our MOS? Like, what are some common things that happen in our MOS that sometimes people look over? That's going to be very important because you don't know what you don't know, and you're not a medical expert. You don't know what or how things need to be reported to the VA for it to actually matter. The second thing is getting that job set up. You don't want to wait until after you're out of the military to set up a job or even expecting the disability to kick in right away, because sometimes it might take a year. You really just want to focus on making sure that you have a good high paying job before you get out so that when you're out you already have something, you have the ball rolling, and you're not depending on your terminal leave. You just want to make sure that all of your bases are covered so that financially you're nice and comfortable. Now, what are some jobs that you can jump into when you get out of the military to get a decent income? Definitely going to be anything in sales. It doesn't have a limit on how much money you can make. I least suggest you always look for something high ticket, selling houses, selling cars. Cars is probably the easiest one because you don't have to get a real estate license. You don't have to do much. You just go into there, get the job, and then you're good to go. So a car dealership, selling solar. Solar is a really good industry where people are making in hundreds of thousands of dollars with no education, most of them coming straight out of the military. Another one could be selling medical supplies. I think I was talking to somebody not too long ago who told me that as soon as they got out of the military, they started selling to doctors. Again, these are sales jobs that have no limit on how much money you can make, and that's really what you want. You want something that you can work as hard as you want because you know that you'll be compensated appropriately. One of the things that's difficult about the military is you have your base pay and then you have, whatever time and grade. No matter how hard you work, no matter how motivated you are, if you don't get meritoriously promoted, you're going to get paid the same. And so with sales, it doesn't work that way. And normally in most industries, you won't have a limit as to how much money you can make per month, whether it be selling cars, solar, medical supplies, whatever it is. Try to find a job that is in the sales sector because it'll be the thing. It'll be one of the only things that won't require a degree, a lot of experience, or anything like that to jump into, and you'll still be able to make more money than most people with a degree or with a lot of experience. So we've already talked about getting that VA disability set up. Also talked about getting the job set up. Now it's time to talk about one of the most important things for me, and that is setting up investments. Investments are not supposed to be a cushion or a safety net or, if things don't work out. They're supposed to multiply your income and multiply the money that you have so that you can actually become rich. And until you can figure out how to make money while you sleep, you will always be working and working and working to make a living. In reality, what I try to tell people in Six Figure Vet is we're not here to work until we die or work until we're 65 and then enjoy life. We're trying to make the most of our experience on earth. And so if you can get investments to start making passive income for you, you can get to the point where you just don't have to work, where your investments make more than whatever your monthly income is. And then you're free. Then you have fuck you money and you can really do whatever you want. But you have to start now. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't even know what compound interest is, and that's fine. If you do have questions about that, that's what I'm here for, to help you guys out in your transition and understanding investments. But understand that time will be either your biggest friend or your biggest enemy when it comes to investments. So if you can start before you get out of the military, setting aside $1,000, there's plenty of people that put in the majority of their income because you don't need it. And you don't need it. You have the barracks, you have the chow hall, you don't need to have a car because everything's on base. You could ask your friends to drive you. Like, in reality, you could invest most of your income so that it can just start doing its thing. The goal is by the time you're 30 to really just have enough passive income to just do whatever you want. What are the 3 things that I would say are the most important before getting out of the military, getting prepped, setting it up? For one is disability setup, just because it is such a pain in the ass once you get out. And like I said, don't just fill out the sheets. Don't just do it. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that was in your unit, somebody that was a leader to you, and ask them for advice, or ask me for advice. The second thing, finding those jobs, right? Finding a sales job, specifically a sales job, and have it set up so that when you're out of the military, you already have something to get the ball rolling. And then last but not least, get those investments going, because as long as you are working for money and the money is not working for you, you will unfortunately always be in one way, shape, or form poor. Now, I know that word's a little ugly, but it is what it is, guys. We've all had to start somewhere, and I'm not anybody that's exempt to it. Most of the guys that join the military, we join because we're not in the best financial situation, or we don't have the best opportunities available to us. So, if I could do it, you could do it. It's just a matter of get it started now. If you want to get more information on how you can transition out of the military smoother, go ahead and subscribe to the channel or follow me on Instagram at David Plazas 6FV for more content, more info. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any specific advice that maybe I missed. Go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.